Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the compound effect and how to use it to take your team and your leadership style to the next level. Without further ado, let's hop right in. Hey leaders, I'm your coach Adam, here to have an honest talk about leadership, the obstacles you might face, and how to refine your leadership skills to help you become the leader I know you are. So let's grab a drink, sit back, relax, and have a chat. The compound effect is one of your most powerful tools. If you use it correctly, you can change your organization's culture, you can change your life, you can change the lives of your team, and fundamentally alter the trajectory of your entire company. It's so deceptively simple and yet very hard and tricky to master. It's something that I see leaders forgetting about time and time again because people love the big shiny stuff. They like to do the big change management. They love to do the restructuring of businesses and organizations. But if they just want to create big, everlasting changes, you don't need to do all this big, shiny stuff. You just have to do this small, little stuff that no one cares about, but that will give you huge results. See, the compound effect is very simple, deceptively simple. It's always working either for you or against you. The compound effect states that small decisions or choices made consistently over long periods of time will lead to huge results. Let me repeat that. The compound effect states that small choices or decisions made consistently over long periods of time will create huge results. The easiest way to describe the compound effect is an exercise. If you decide to go to the gym today and work out, will anything happen? No. You might be sore the next day, you might be a little tired, but overall nothing will happen. If you go to the gym 2 days in a row, will anything happen? The answer to that is still no. Nothing will happen. What about 3 days? Same answer. Nothing will change. You will still be exhausted though, and you might still be sore. But that's it. If you go to the gym at minimum of 3 days a week, every single week for the next 2 months, you will start seeing changes within your body. You will start building muscle. You will start losing weight. You will notice your endurance increasing. Your sleep will become better. If you upped that workout routine to 5 days a week, consistently for the next 20 to 30 years, you will notice drastic changes within your life. You will have a reduced chance of getting dementia, osteoporosis, heart disease. Your lifespan will increase. You'll notice that you're happier because you're going to have serotonin and dopamine pushing through your brain. You're going to notice that you are more muscular, that you're fitter, that you're trimmer, and that you look better. But that's the thing. You had to do this small habit consistently every single week to reach those large results. The thing being is that the compound effect works in the opposite direction. It can work against you. If you go to McDonald's and you have a Big Mac Will anything happen to you? No. If you go 2 days in a row and have that Big Mac, will anything happen to you? No. If you eat Big Macs every single day for the next 2 to 3 years, you will notice that you're probably going to gain some weight. Your risk of heart disease goes up. You may notice that you're going to have acne on your skin. You're not going to feel as well. And your body is going to just feel, what's the best word? Icky. See, the compound effect is working, but it's working against you in this case. In leadership, we often talk about change management because change management works now. Change management we can do within a month to 2 months. And to great effect. The compound effect will pay off for you as a leader in 6 months to a year of consistent work. When I work with leaders, oftentimes when they're just trying to get connected with their team members, we come up with plans such as just go in and say hi to your team every single morning. Say hi to them. If they want to have a conversation, have a conversation. But all you have to do is go in there and say hi and sit down. That's all you do. It's a small habit. The first time they do it, it's going to be awkward. They're going to feel out of place. And nothing's going to happen. As they continue to say hi to their team members over an extended period of time, what's going to ultimately happen is those team members are going to start having conversations with that leader. They're going to start building trust with that leader. And this one thing that's all it is just saying hi is actually going to compound over the months of doing it to create a relationship within the team, to create an atmosphere of trust, and start creating a positive work environment. Compound effect, baby. I love it. The thing, though, is it can work in the opposite direction. And I see this happening with absentee managers. There was a woman that I was recently working with. Her problem was she began working from home. She stopped coming to the office. She stopped saying hi to her team members. She was always in meetings and she was always working away on her own personal projects. She was never working with her team. This didn't much matter at the beginning. The first day, nothing happened. The second day this happened, nothing happened. But as she continued to work from home and become more and more disengaged with her team stopped seeing her as their manager. They stopped seeing her as a resource and somebody that they could go to. Because again, she's not there. She's off doing her own thing. Why should they listen to her? The rapport became eroded and the trust started becoming lost. This was a big problem. She had let the compound effect run rampant in her life, working against her. And when she came in for coaching, it was painfully obvious that we needed to rein in the compound effect and start using it for the good and positivity that it can have within her life. So what she had done is created a game plan to start connecting back up with her team and using the compound effect to its fullest, which was every single week she was going to be working in the office twice a week. She was now going back to the office. When she was back at the office, she was going to ask one of her team members for lunch. Didn't much matter who they were. She just wanted to connect with them. She was going to say hi to whoever was in the office. And when she worked from home, She was going to start sending a personalized message to one of her team members that she was working with. What she was doing was rebuilding those connections, rebuilding that rapport, and recreating that trust, and making her team members see her as the leader, as the manager, and not just somebody who's absentee and is no longer helpful. It was a lot of work. She had to do this for about 3 months before things started coming back in line with where she used to be. And that's the thing about the compound effect. It can take a long time to see those results. And the thing to remember about the compound effect is the longer you let it work against you, the longer it's going to take to reverse those results. It's not impossible. It'll just take you a while. The funny thing about humans is that all humans believe that if they had just gone into the past and done one little thing, maybe step on a butterfly, maybe prevent somebody from being born, it would have far-reaching consequences to our future, or I guess our present in this case. Nobody believes that small changes right now will lead to massive changes within our future. That really blows my mind. The compound effect is all about doing small changes, small, consistent, doable changes to get you the results that you need. When I work with new leaders starting out, we look at their professional development plan. With a lot of new leaders, they don't have no idea the first thing about leadership. They're usually promoted into these positions as a reward for being good at whatever it was that they were doing. I was working with a gentleman we'll call Jack, and Jack was a salesman. Jack was really good at selling. Really good at selling. The owner saw that he was good at selling and said, "Hey, Jack, you're great at selling. You know what you should do? Be a leader, be a manager, be the supervisor." And that's what they did. They promoted him into a supervisory role. The problem being is that the skills that made Jack a successful car salesman does not make him a good leader. They're two different job descriptions. They require two different sets of skills. And the thing is that Jack's company did not come with the training to help him master his new skills. And that's what I see a lot of in the workplace these days. They don't do the training programs. They don't do the education to help these individuals become leaders. So when Jack came and sat down with me, we began looking at his leadership education, began looking at, well, how does he become a good leader? What does a good leader look like to him? How do we get Jack on track? The first thing we started doing is harnessing the compound effect in Jack's favor. We went about this by creating 3 habits for Jack to complete every single day, consistently. The first one was a positive affirmation about how he was doing an amazing job and how he deserved to be a leader and how he would be a good leader. The point of this exercise was to begin to rewire his brain through neuroplasticity to start seeing himself in a positive light, to start seeing himself as a confident person, and to ultimately become that confident person. On its own, just saying that does nothing. But by consistently saying that he's going to be a good leader and that he is a good leader and that he deserves this, we will begin to build the confidence within him to become an amazing leader. The next thing that we did was we began to create a reading plan for him. Huzzah! We started off by having Jack go out and figure out what leadership books he wanted to read. He created a list. The next thing he did was he bought one or two of those books. And then every single day, he read for 15 minutes about leadership. That's all he did. He read for 15 minutes about leadership. I do not care who you are or what you do. If you would like to learn something and you spend 15 minutes learning that new skill, over the course of months, if not years, you will become proficient in that skill. Let me repeat this. If you spend 15 minutes, that's all I'm asking, every single day, doing a new skill, learning a new skill, you will become proficient in it. To what degree will you become proficient in? I don't know. That's up to you. But I can promise you that you will become proficient in it. And that's what happened to Jack. He didn't know what the hell leadership was or how to be a leader. But he began reading books about leadership. He began reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. He began reading The One Thing. He began reading The Compound Effect, How to Make Friends and Influence People. And he did this for 15 minutes a day. And through those readings, he started to become an amazing leader. Jack harnessed the compound effect to its fullest in helping him take his skills from 0 to the next level. And the third habit that Jack began to form was listening to podcasts once a week. What he did was he either listened to a leadership podcast, a spiritual podcast around meditation, or a positivity podcast. And these were podcasts that were geared towards helping Jack change his negativity bias and begin to look at the positive things that are going on. What Jack started to notice is that by doing all three of these things, and this did not happen overnight. Let me stress this to you guys. This did not happen overnight. This took Jack about at least a month to start showing any signs of payoff. But what happened was Jack started becoming more positive. He started to become more confident, and Jack started to learn the skills and the tools of the trade in leadership to start helping his team and becoming an effective leader. The compound effect is nothing to scoff at, and it's something to be used and wielded like a scalpel to create effective change within your organization. As your coach, when you come and you sit down with me, we are going to be harnessing the compound effect to its fullest with each session. And this is why I only do a session once a week. The reasoning for that is because I need you to create habits and implement those habits after the session over the next week to 2 to 3 weeks. I've had clients that I've worked with that the habits that we're creating are not going to pay off within the first 2 to 3 weeks. In fact, I'm not going to start noticing the changes from these habits that they are doing over the many weeks that we're working with each other for at least a month, if not 2 months. When we start working on creating positivity within your life, if you start doing a positivity journal today and you start doing positive affirmations with yourself, you will not start seeing the effects of this until 14 days of continuous work. And even then, to feel the full force of those positive affirmations and that journal, we're looking at least 2 months of solid work. Granted, it's only going to be 5 to 10 minutes of your life every single day. But the thing is, you have to do it. And you have to do it consistently. But if you do, you're going to start noticing you're going to become less negative. You're going to see things in a much positive or a much more positive light. And you are going to be happier. And that's all the compound effect. I use it in my coaching. I help clients use it within their lives, and I help leaders implement it with their teams to reap huge results. You don't need change management. You just need to do small little decisions and choices consistently over a long period of time to reap those huge results. So let's wrap up what we just talked about. We talked about your most powerful tool within your arsenal, which is the compound effect. It simply is that small habits or changes over long periods of time will reap huge results. It will either work in your favor or it's going to be working against you. If you have let the compound effect work against you, the longer you have let it work against you, the longer it's going to take to undo those results. If you've let yourself eat that McDonald's Happy Meal 3 times a day, every day for the next year, and you now find yourself morbidly obese, it's going to take us at least a year of hard work using the compound effect within our control, conscientiously using it to get you back to where you were. Always remember, though, nothing is set into stone. If you want to start making the changes today to reap those results, all you have to do is start now. And all you have to do is small steps, small changes. If you're not brushing your teeth, start brushing your teeth every single day. If you want to lose weight, just start going to the gym every single day. If you want to create a positive work environment, just start saying hi to your team every single day. If you want to become an amazing leader, start reading a leadership book for 15 minutes every single day. Remember, small changes and choices that you do now consistently will drastically alter your future and help you become the person I know you are. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at amelnick@seedingthelead.com. Otherwise, I shall see you guys in the next episode. Take care. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, give it a like, and share it with a friend. And if you're ready to take the next leap and improve your leadership skills, head over to www www.seedingthelead.com and book your free coaching session today. Oh, yes, Gary, I know you have woken up from your kitty nap and now you just want all the loves. Oh, you meowed so often during that podcast. Hopefully I can get them all.